The billboard loomed over Times Square, sleek, minimalist, and unforgivingly bold. It was an advertisement for Faro cigarettes, and it read, "Discover the executive benefits of smoking. 1. You will never grow old. 2. You will remain young for the rest of your life. 3. Say goodbye to the stress of having a baby girl." While the general public stared in mild confusion, Arthur Pendelton, a passionate, high-strung social activist and president of Citizens for Sanity, felt his blood boil. To him, this wasn't just misleading. It was a dystopian nightmare wrapped in corporate marketing. Furious and smelling a multi-million-dollar class action lawsuit, Arthur filed a massive lawsuit against the tobacco conglomerate for deceptive advertising, fraudulent health claims, and blatant gender discrimination. The courtroom was packed with journalists, cameras, and protesters holding signs. Arthur stood proud at the plaintiff's table, confident that the law was on his side. "Your Honor," Arthur boomed, gesturing aggressively at a replica of the billboard. "This is predatory. They are promising eternal youth and genetic engineering to manipulate vulnerable consumers. It is a tissue of lies." The judge, a weary man who looked like he had seen everything twice, and turned to the defense. "Does the tobacco company wish to address these ambitious claims?" Up stood Julian Vance, the tobacco company's chief legal counsel. Vance was a man who wore a $5,000 suit and a smile that could freeze boiling water. He calmly adjusted his spectacles and approached the podium. "Your Honor, my client's advertisement is not deceptive at all," Vance said, his voice smooth as silk. "In fact, it is arguably the most mathematically precise, scientifically accurate, and brutally honest advertisement in the history of capitalism. Allow me to break down the literal truth of our copy." The courtroom went dead silent. Vance cleared his throat. "Claim number 1. You will never grow old. Your Honor, actuarial data and medical science conclusively prove that chronic, heavy consumption of our premium cigarettes dramatically reduces life expectancy. The average chain smoker will suffer a catastrophic cardiovascular event or terminal illness decades ahead of schedule. Simply put, you won't grow old because you will die in your 30s. It is biologically impossible to become a senior citizen." Arthur gasped. The judge raised an eyebrow. Vance continued, unfazed. "Claim number 2. You will remain young for the rest of your life. This is a basic chronological truth. If your life ends abruptly at age 35, then up until the very millisecond your heart stops beating, you are, by definition, a young man. You will never know the indignity of hip replacements, arthritis, or senior discounts. You will be a youthful, vibrant corpse." A few journalists in the back row began to snicker. Arthur's face was turning a dangerous shade of purple. "And finally, claim number 3, Vance said, holding up a finger. "Say goodbye to the stress of having a baby girl. Our opposition claims this is sexism. It is not. It is reproductive pathology. Heavy smoking causes severe erectile dysfunction, extreme microvascular damage, and an absolute crash in sperm count. Your Honor, our customers aren't going to have a baby girl because they aren't going to have a baby at all. We are practically offering a free, smoke-flavored vasectomy with every carton." Vance folded his hands, bowed slightly to the bench, and smiled. "We promised no old age, a lifetime of youth, and 0 daughters. We deliver on all 3. The defense rests." The judge sat in silence for a full minute, looking at the defense lawyer, then at the activist, and finally at the wording of the billboard. He brought down his gavel with a loud crack. Case dismissed, the judge ruled. The court finds that the defendant has engaged not in fraud, but in an aggressively literal, dark, and legally airtight public health warning. May God have mercy on their customers' souls.